Welcome to Who It Could Have Been, where we take a look at famous film characters and the actors who were almost cast. Could have been better, could have been worse, or could have been just very weird and different. And since we're all about weird and different here, we're going to be talking. Well, that's why we got Kyle as a co-host. I mean, let's be honest.
Man, listen, I'm just saying, I'm waiting for the episode where it turns out that you were cast for the role of Rhett Butler.
Well, frankly, Kyle, I would give a big damn if I was cast as Rhett Butler.
Great answer, brother.
Joining us today is Marc, Francois, co-host of Earnestly Speaking, the show. How's it going, Marc?
It's great, man. I'm excited to be here with you guys. This is a blast.
Awesome. Well, leading up to Endgame, we're taking a look at a few actors and actresses that were nearly cast in some of these famous comic book hero roles. And we're looking all the way back to the one that kind of set everything in motion, Iron Man, famously played by Robert Downey Jr. It's an actor who is almost inseparable, has become inseparable from the identity of this character. So it's almost sacrilegious to try to think of who else could have played this role. This big name actor over the years has been touch and go in the media about the possibility of having first played Tony Stark. Last year, he denied ever having been up for it. Regardless of how close he came, I thought it might be kind of fun to just imagine a world where Robert Downey Jr. wasn't Tony Stark, but Tom Cruise was.
No.
You know, I can see where some exec somewhere got this idea and thought it was decent, because Minority Report is an underappreciated movie. That being said, I got to tell you, Tom Cruise is way too serious in his delivery. And when he has to try to have fun with it, like with certain moments, like where he plays Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible, or the whole Jack Reacher thing that he does, which again can't get past the irony that a guy who's barely 5'5" is named Reacher. I know I've made that joke before, but I'm not going to stop. Deal with it.
Hey, it was the first time for me, so.
Hey, listen, if I haven't seen it, it's new to me. Boom. You know, but yeah, I gotta admit that Robert Downey is easily the better choice here, because he's always been somewhat snarky. I mean, could you see Tom Cruise in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? No, you could not. I'll let you boy.
Well, he has a vulnerable quality to him. You can see Robert Downey Jr. and you get the feeling that he could be beat up. Tom Cruise, he exudes confidence despite his reaching limitation.
Comic books always have to be kind of tongue in cheek, and Marvel in particular has done a really good job of not taking themselves too seriously and not over cheesing it at the same time. And Tom Cruise just isn't funny like that.
Yeah, that's a great.
He's just not funny. Even in Jerry Maguire, when you're laughing, you're not laughing because Tom Cruise is funny. You're laughing because he's playing off a Cuba Gooding Jr. or playing off a Jay Moore, but like Tom Cruise isn't funny.
I will say that
in Iron Man has to be.
In Tropic Thunder, he stole the show. He was the funniest thing about it, but one could question whether or not that was accentuated by the fact that it was Tom Cruise playing this character.
Well, and it was also, I mean, if you really think about it too, he's not necessarily being comedic. He's being serious and intense. And the situation, the context, and everything else that's happening around it makes Les Grossman really funny. But he's really just swearing and screaming at people, except until you get to the credits and the outtakes and, you know, some of that other stuff. It's hard with Robert Downey Jr. too, because not only does he fit so great in the movies, it went the other way. And the comic books, sort of like the way they started writing Tony Stark in the animated stuff and in print, started mimicking and mirroring Robert Downey Jr. So it's almost impossible to picture somebody else.
I'm going to have to put a bow on it with these two really quick takes. For one, not funny, but really serious and just swearing a lot. First of all, I feel personally attacked. And B, really, when it comes to him being Iron Man, Tony Stark would have never been captured by the terrorists in the first place. He would have just jumped out of the car and sprinted at full speed to escape. So
there would have had to be a running scene. I'm pretty sure that's in his contract. There are two things with Tom Cruise. A, they're never going to pay for that face and put him behind a mask the whole movie.
They already did it with Vanilla Sky, you dumb mother. Beep.
No. They screw up.
But that was like art house. That was for Sundance.
They screw up his face. They screw up his face. That actually happens in a lot of movies where he actually has to.
And how many actors have gone ugly and won it all? I mean, like Charlize Theron,
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise, no matter what he's doing, whether he's putting on prosthetics or he's doing a stunt, he still wants you to see his face.
Mm-hmm.
I think that outside of the kind of playboy persona, I think that's the only aspect of the Tony Stark character where I can see, I'm like, okay, I understand why they could go for somebody like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, Fast Cars does the fight scenes, stuff like that. But it's just, like, I think of scenes and lines like the bit where he was like, oh, I just did a piece from Vanity Fair. I can't see Tom Cruise delivering a line like that. Not with any measure of humor, or all the stuff in the event, all the little things between like Bruce Banner and Thor and Tony Stark in the first Avengers movie. I see Tom Cruise just being really awkward and out of place in that ensemble.
Oh God, I'm just now imagining, based on a few of our past episodes, if the Avengers comprised of Tom Cruise as Tony Stark, David Duchovny as Bruce Banner, and Daniel Craig as Thor, how freaking boring that would be.
Oh, man.
And the only thing you have to save it is Agent Coulson, bitches.
When Clark Gregg is your most colorful character, you would have a problem. And I like all these actors, mind you. I really do.
Yeah, no. They're all great at their own things. Like Collateral is one of my favorite movies ever. But no, that ensemble doesn't work.
The thing is, when you watch Tom Cruise, even if you're watching him as Ethan Hunt, and let's just be flat out honest, he's Tom Cruise in your eyes. When you see Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark, he's Tony Stark.
Yeah, Tom Cruise in so many movies, like, more or less does the same thing. Less so earlier in his career. Like,
agreed.
If you're talking like, taps through Jerry Maguire.
Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole lot more diversity in there, although there are 3 military movies, mind you.
He could handle the truth.
Yeah.
No, you shut your face, Demosthenes. Of all the things you steal from, you will leave a few good men alone, you son of a bitch. Who are you?
You can't handle the truth.
For my money, you could say that it's always Tom Cruise, but let's be clear, okay? We all know that Tony Stark is really a rich, smart version of the character from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Tell me I'm wrong, Demos.
It's a version of the character from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang who finally did learn how to fight.
I'm just saying.